Your job, as you said to me, is to be a recorder of what? Lost history?
Well, I consider myself the reporter, the investigator, the researcher of lost knowledge. Because what I'm writing about now in the Convoluted Universe series is knowledge that has never been known, been lost, or it's been distorted over time. And that's what I'm getting back.
You put people into a trance and you access their higher mind to bring out this knowledge.
Yes, the higher self.
So what do you mean by the Convoluted Universe? Can you just define that title?
It was just a name that came up to me because the concepts that were coming out were concepts I'd never heard before.
Like? Well, for instance.
Okay. Concepts and theories that were totally different, so I figured convoluted would be the best way. Because there are things humans have not thought about. Where you may go into parallel universes, parallel lifetimes. We have many other theories that are way beyond what we've ever thought about. Every time you make a decision, the energy goes into both possibilities. Everything is probabilities and possibilities. Everyone in their life comes into crossroads, as I call them, where you can go one way or the other way. And you put energy into this other decision. Maybe it's, should I get married? Should I get a divorce? Should I change jobs? You have possibilities. So you put the energy into one or the other. When it splits off, another you is living the other reality. But it's not that simple. That's a simple explanation. Because it means every time you make any decision, even a small one, it splits off. Like though finally, you have thousands of you out there living in different realities and different lives. And I've had some clients that know they are living in another life, in another state or something. But we're not supposed to focus on that because it'd be too confusing. But most of the time when you make a decision, you go off in this other direction. But that's what I mean. Your life can change no matter which path you go down. You can change your life.
And how would you do that with your work?
Because that's what I tell people. You don't know the power of your own mind. I think you're wording it a different way. But if you're not happy with your life, change it.
And how would someone do that?
Focus on what you really want. Because you can have anything. There are no limitations. The only limitations are what you put upon yourself. So if you decide you want to do something, first you have to know what you want. That's the hard part. People say, I want change, I want something different, but they don't know what they really want. You can't create it until you know what you want. Once you know what you want, you can have anything. It's a law of the universe. You go with the laws of the universe. And it's very, very easy to do it.
So we don't know the power of our own mind.
You don't.
And the focused awareness we have in creating reality. And if we did, the whole planet would change.
It would, and that's what this is all about.
Right.
Because in my books they say, you don't know the power of your individual mind. You can focus on peace and harmony because there are nexus points. At the nexus points are events that must happen. But this is why you can focus on peace and harmony for the planet. But if one man's mind is that powerful to change the future, imagine the power of group mind. If you get groups of people focusing on peace and harmony, you can create miracles because the power of group mind is not only multiplied, it's squared. The power is tremendous. People don't realize the power they have with their own mind. When you're going to create something, you must see it in your mind. It has to be a reality. If you can see it, it must happen. That's a law of the universe. So you see what it is you want to accomplish in detail. It becomes a reality. And then, don't worry about how it's going to happen. Because if you say, I got to do this and this and this to obtain that, you are limiting the universe. Is that the only way it can happen? But if you just say, this is what I want, you focus on the end result. When you do that, it has to happen as a law. It'll happen in ways that you would never, ever have imagined.